Hi, I'm Todd from WeatherTight. If you're watching this video, you're probably watching because you've had an issue with your windows recently where you might have seen some condensation on the glass. Well, first of all, the good news is that it's probably not that the window is broken or defective in any way. Condensation happens to be a natural occurrence that happens when a cold surface temperature meets warm, moist air. When it gets colder outside in the wintertime, the inside surface of the glass temperature is definitely going to get colder along with that and more apt to have condensation happen. Your local weathermen and women may refer to it as dew point. That's when a certain cold air mass is going to meet with a warm air mass, and when the two collide and there's the right dew point or humidity in the air, rain is going to result. Well, we wouldn't want to consider the mirror in our bathroom defective when we get out of a bath or a shower in the morning, nor would we take back a set of glassware after we just had our favorite beverage in it with ice cubes. So if you have a double or a triple pane glass from WeatherTight, I just want to let you know that the glass is still effective. Even though you may see some condensation on the glass is still doing what it's supposed to. It's designed to bounce the inside heat off of the glass in the wintertime and therefore help keep the house a little more stable or warmer, maybe reduce some of your fuel bills, and as well during the summertime it's bouncing that outside warm air temperature off of the glass to keep the inside of the house cooler. So that's still happening. But the bottom line is the fact remains that you've still got condensation on your glass. Sometimes it's helpful to know what are the contributing factors in our house so that you know how to control it. Number one, before we talk about ways to combat this, let's think about contributing factors like your family size. The more human beings in the house, the more condensation there will be. They say that a human breathes approximately 14 ounces of moisture through their lungs and their breath every single day. And then you want to consider again with the size of the family, how many showers are there, how much laundry is there, how much cooking is there in the house? Do you have pets? Do you have fish tanks in the house? Is the water bowl sitting out? Do you like live plants in the home? Are you, where you'd have to add water occasionally? And the fact of the matter is some people have health concerns in the home where based on doctor's orders, they have to put humidity into the house in order for their health conditions to be better. Another common factor is to consider where the heating and cooling vents are located on your house. Many times they're located right underneath the windows on our outside walls. And what happens in the wintertime when the furnace kicks on, it's actually kicking out the heat and moisture right on the surface of that glass, which creates condensation. Another contributing factor is the area that you live in, the water table that you live on. Do you have water pressure coming up from the ground, pressing on the basement walls? Is that adding to a basement that's musky or mildewy? And maybe that would be a contributing factor that you've got just naturally moisture in and around your house. And the other thing too is the date and time in which your home was built. Newer homes that have been built in the last 30 years have 6-inch walls, a lot of insulation in the walls, 20 or 30 inches of insulation in the attic. These newer homes are designed to hold the heat and humidity inside of the home, and therefore the condensation can be seen more readily on windows. So now that you know how condensation forms and you know it's a natural occurrence and that it's going to form naturally on the windows, what can we do about it to help reduce that condensation level that's so annoying? First of all, I recommend ceiling fans in each of the rooms that you can put them if you don't already have them. Just like when you go into the car on a cold December morning and you take that first breath, the windshield seems to fog up. Well, as soon as you hit the defroster and circulate air across the windshield, it helps dissipate the condensation. Well, that's what we want to do with the window glass in your home. The more air circulation you have in the house naturally, the more condensation you can help keep from forming. Secondly, I recommend that you keep your blinds, your drapes, and your curtains open as much as possible so that the natural air circulation in the house can actually hit the glass. When you keep the blinds, drapes, and curtains closed, that natural air movement can't hit the glass. Naturally, it will occur, or the condensation will occur more in those areas that are blocked from the air circulation. Thirdly, if on your furnace, if you have an April air or some sort of a humidistat that controls the moisture content that you put in the home, really and truly try to control that. Turn that down as much as you can. The lower that you can turn that moisture level that's being pumped into the air, the more you can keep that down, the less condensation you'll see on your windows. And another one too is kitchen and bath vents. When you take a bath or a shower, definitely make sure that your bath vent is turned on. When you're cooking in the kitchen, make sure that your kitchen fans are turned on. And it's not enough just to make sure they're turned on. Make sure that up in the attic, they're not vented into the attic, which is just dumping that moisture upstairs. Get that moisture dumped to the outside of the home. So make sure they're vented properly. And lastly, if those tips don't help, then you might have to put a dehumidifier in the home upstairs in the living quarters where you can help take more humidity out of the house and then just dump that bucket of water once or twice a day. So with those helpful tips, I hope that you can get a little bit more of a handle on the condensation that you might see on your windows. So with that, we appreciate the business that you've given WeatherTight and have a great day. Thank you.